Right, I'm about to talk about the advantages of studying in Malta, and I believe, funny enough, just kind of pay attention to maybe the points I've been mentioning or listing out here. Indirectly or directly, these are actually the questions you are likely to be asked during the an online interview that is during the visa stage. If you're going to be having an online interview for your visa's application, literally, these are the possible questions you'll get to ask along the line. Why this? Why that? So stick around. If this is the kind of videos you like to watch to learn from, I would say welcome to my channel and stick around to listen to the points that I'm about to mention. And before I go further, I would say a big thank you to my OGs, for those of you that are my few subscriber for now. I know I'm going somewhere. Thank you for believing in the project. I say welcome to my channel once again. I love you guys for actually having the faith in me to say, let's get this project going. And for those of you that are coming to see this page for the very first time, I want to say a big thank you to you guys too for at least stopping by. I would just appreciate if you can subscribe to this channel and then watch out for more, informative and kind of educative content like the best things to, how to navigate the easy route to go through, and some of the things that probably will make your journey kind of smooth, easy, and more, troubleless. I would say troubleless. Anyway, it also would probably aid you. Imagine you on your way to Malta already. There are a lot of stuff you need to learn from this. But I think I have been giving you kind of long intro. Let's just dive into the point. Welcome once again. Okay, like I was mentioning, that these points are basically logically those kind of questions you are likely to be asked during your online interview to come to study in Malta. The first of all is the language, English. Yeah, point number one, English is one of the official language for the Maltese. This is one of they have their other languages is the Maltese, and also English as the official language make things truly kind of easy for you. I remember that mentioned that in one of my videos about how this will really help you out. Okay, I think I mentioned something like that in my previous video, but it's a good point. But the fact that English is one of the official language, it makes it easy for you to communicate, to meet one or two persons that definitely will understand you if you're asking questions about your whereabouts. That means it makes it easier to find your way around and get along, integrate, and probably get these jobs. We are we're fond of calling it surviving jobs coming from Africa, but these are not surviving jobs because they really pay you well high enough than what you're coming from, where you're coming from. If you had to look into that deeply, I have a friend in Canada that said, why do we like saying all these kind of jobs we do at first when we get to a country, we call them surviving jobs? How surviving is that job really? When if you considered what you're earning and comparing it to what you would have to in the equivalent, you shouldn't really say it's a surviving job. Actually, let's just leave it at that. We're used to it. But now, like as I was mentioning, like saying, these jobs, it makes it easy for you to get kind of menial jobs that are in English jobs easily, unlike other countries where language they have English is not the official language. Places like that. Most of these common jobs you get are from the locals, and where you probably look at restaurants, bars, and other stuff. So you don't expect their locals to start forcing themselves to learn English if it is not part of their culture or official language, or because of people coming in from Africa and that. Although countries are beginning to embrace the needs to have this, knowledge, understanding the common languages that aids easy communications. Even in China or Japan these days, they're beginning to embrace that fact that they're bringing in people who are coming from language speaking countries where this will make it easier for people from their countries to learn from them and probably get used to. But that's not the point now. Then English, being that it makes it easy for you, you would also be able to understand and easily find someone to ask one or two questions in case you're lost. So that's a good advantage, I would tell you. It's a very strong one. Then point number two, all the programs are taught in English. Because English is one of the official language, in general, all the schools all the schools, they teach programs, whatever programs you're going for in English. So all the programs, both that for undergraduate and that for postgraduate. This means you would have options. You really have options to choose from. It will not be limited. I'm talking particularly to those that are going for a first degree. Like if you're going for undergraduate programs in most other countries where English is not the official language, what they do is the undergraduate programs are basically or majorly taught in the language. For example, in Germans and French, so they have very selected few courses that they put aside for English taught programs for undergraduate. But the common one you will find is going for masters programs. These are where you will easily find them, varieties, options where you can pick from. So imagine people that are trying to go for business related course and probably tourism and all those stuff. You would not be limited in case you're coming to Malta because they are taught in English as a first degree, even in diploma and all that. I think this will lead me to point number three. I would say, basically, let me put the schools that I am now, Global College, as a case study. And I believe this would also be applicable to the other schools. But since I have approved a Global College as a case study, there is some kind of bailout. It means if you're going for an undergraduate program, which is a 3 years program, in each of the year, and I think this also has a relationship with the resident card you're applying for. If you're applying for your permanent resident card, I think you have to renew it on a yearly basis. Basically, there might be some information later on that puts here if you do 2-3 years later, but you renew your residence card yearly. Now, the first year in school, if you're able to pay your first year and you're done with your first year program in Global College, there's a bailout. Should you, choose not to continue, that after this diploma, the first year you don't want to continue, they would issue you a diploma certificate. It's legal, like legally, that's the kind of bailout. For a 3 years program that will lead to a BSc, the first year you might choose not to continue with them. And you'll be given, officially a diploma certificate, equivalent of diploma from countries where they have this, polytechnic structure, HOND, HND. So you will get that. But if you're able to push to the second year and you still choose not to continue, you will get HND certificate for the second year. Then eventually, if you lead on to the third year, you get the BSc. So what this means is each year there is a bailout. Should you not like unable to continue, and the beauty now is that sometimes I think from if I follow by the policy that I kind of experienced while coming, it means you might be, you probably would have been asked to pay the whole of your first year school fees before you get in. So that means you paying the school fees for the whole of 1 year and you're in already. And you discover in the process of trying to get a job and all those stuff, you're not sure you'll be able to just raise the fund to continue for the second year. You get your 1 year bailout, you get your diploma. So far, you pass the courses that are available for that first year. You get beyond the pass rate will be qualified for. You get your certificate, and then you and still apply for an extension. Yeah, you can apply for an extension of, I think it's 9 months. Apply for the extension, and with that, you look for a full-time job and continue. Probably once you're done with your full-time job, once you get a full-time job, rather, on the second year, and you're sure of what is coming into you, you can probably then look at applying for a part-time program while you're still in the country, like University of Malta does that. I think there are about one or two programs that you can do on part-time, but the duration is what I'm still not like. I think a bit longer. So you can do part-time. Choose a schools that offers part-time program, and then while you're already on a full-time job, you're the second year, and then you begin to do your part-time job. So that's a good bailout. That's one beautiful advantage also to study in Malta, where you would be able to, come out of it if you're not financially strong enough to continue. But I'm not saying we should be talking about that. Then point number three is that's it. The fees are kind of relatively affordable compared to these other bigger English-speaking countries we're chasing. Now, if you want to really put them side by side, countries where English is also an official language, I'm talking about widely spoken now, where English is also an official language, you discover that, okay, look at US, UK, Canada, and even Republic of Ireland, that is in Europe, that is officially English-speaking country. You would discover that Malta happens to really be the affordable one among these countries. Yeah, the school fees are from 5,500 upwards to 10,000 a year. Now, imagine you pick up a program that is 5,500 per year in Europe. Three times of it is close to 16,000 euro. And these are almost what you end up spending to pay for tuition fee if you are to go to school, pursue the same MBA undergraduate program in UK. The year school fees alone covers what you're literally going to spend for the whole 3 years in Malta. Like some schools are £15,000, £16,000, even £14,000. Then convert it to euro, you will discover that the school fees of an undergraduate for 1 year in UK is what is actually taking care of the whole of the 3 year school fees in Malta. So for people who might be looking to get a quality education, in an international, scene and environment, and also being able to afford it in terms of if you are that type that is sponsoring yourself, I think it would be advisable you look at a country like this where you know that whatever you must have had as savings or coming from your investment will literally be able to take care of your school fees for the whole of the 3 years, and also put into consideration the fact that you can actually break up like in between. So it's a good one. That's a big plus for you. And look at it also. They are also colonized. Lastly, the last country that colonized them is UK. And the first set of their educational curriculum, they have actually been putting in affiliating with schools in United Kingdom. That means they were taught by their masters, and therefore their education will have similarities, if not the same, with that of what you think you're going to get in the United Kingdom. And yet you get it so kind of affordable. But it is not cheap if you have to save 5,000. There are some other countries in Europe where schools are way, way low, from 400, 500 euro, 1,000, 1,200 euro. But if you say English speaking country, this is where you say Malta comes in as affordable. That's point number three, right? Then let me go to point number four. The programs. Now, point number four is Malta is in kind of, they say, the Mediterranean Sea, in the central part of Europe. It's close to Greece and Libya, Tunisia, and all that. Malta is one of the Schengen countries. So being in Europe and also being part of the Schengen country, this is a plus for you. This means whatever residence card you're getting and the visa is a Schengen resident card. And what does this mean? It means once you are able to come in and you're approved your residence permit, that resident card qualifies you to travel to the other about 26 European countries visa free, 3 months each step in. That means for those of us, like there are some one or two people that probably be looking at, in case your long-term goal, final destination might be crossing into those other bigger countries. That means with Malta, you have opportunity to build that travel history you want. Having opportunity to just doing a few times, create a lot of that history for yourself. visit all these bigger countries. Few days, even if it's 2, 3 days visit, you get into Germany, Switzerland, and Luxembourg, all these bigger top shot country, France, Italy. Visit them to create that travel history for yourself. Have those proof. Probably the itinerary you use in case in time of you fly, you're traveling to flights, plane, get those itineraries, keep them somewhere. Like for instance, someone applying for Canada thing and all those stuff, you have opportunity to explain some of these things and show a proof. And for someone even going for a US visa where there is, a live one-on-one interview, you would have opportunity to say these things and then be proud of it. Yes, and so having the opportunity to visit those countries and not violating the rules is a plus that you are law-abiding person and you have also seen these places and you still stick to what you came to do within that permission, legal permission, you didn't violate the rules. So these are a good thing. And then this is one of the advantages you're also going to enjoy having to come to study to Malta. Then let me say the other point that probably have been emphasized, mentioned, you've heard that a lot on the social media, even all these few points I'm mentioning. I'm just saying it from my own perspective, and I'm talking from an experience that I have as well. So this last point is free transportation. Yeah, of course, free transportation. I think I also remember I mentioned that in one of my video. The beauty is about the transportation that people have been complaining, yeah, they don't have a good transport systems. But knowing one thing, this thing for the fact that there's a way I was able to utilize this advantage of free transportation. Yeah, you're coming from a place where you have to, every little place you go to, you pay. So you're restricted, you're limited to some places you will go for the fact that you have to watch what you spend on transport. So monthly, you have to watch that, or weekly and other. So there are places you would just literally plan to go and make sure they watch the journey before you move. These are places where if you're coming from when you're considering your transport cost monthly basis. And also in places like these other bigger countries where you either had to top up your card on a monthly basis, and there's a way you go about it. So you would be careful and you will manage your journey. I'm not saying you because it's free transportation, you'll kind of be careless. No, the beauty of it and how I was able to, enjoy that opportunity is on several occasions when I got into bus, watch my maps and think I missed it out and get to a particular place and I still couldn't find the place very well. It becomes easy for me. One duty, one key, one clue I'll give to you. I'm still going to emphasize that maybe in my other video, then in whatever videos I'm going to shoot next. The thing is, if I discover I'm not sure of how to locate a particular place I want to go to, I just go to the map and take the nearest bus to the capital, Valletta. The reason why I did that is that almost every of those buses had this kind of connection back to that capital. And even if they don't, it's very easy to locate your way around from the capital. It's as if it's the starting point and the major point. They have the core, stations for all these buses, the different park numbers and all those. So it's easier to navigate through the capital than maybe in whatever place you find yourself. Because it's free, just go straight to the capital first, find your way there, then relax, check your map, and now impute the address of where you are going from the capital. You get it easier from that place. This is because my card is one off. I already have the transport card, it's one off, and I can just go to as many places I want. So I can easily connect from there and locate where I'm going. If I get to a place, it seems like I seem lost or don't know where I am, I'll just quickly impute the capital city, Valletta, on my map, go back to the base point, go and start from point one again to locate where you're going. So that's the beauties and the advantage of that transportation. And two, another way to go about it is because it's free and people complain. For me, I know where I'm coming from. People complain of it's days not efficient and all those stuff, you can still maximize the advantage of having something like this. You pay for your car 25 euro once, and then you know it's free. Yeah, even if the bus is going to be coming late, sometimes another, your first outing, you discover you could not really meet up for time. Then go back to time management. Go back to your drawing board and manage your time properly. All you have to do is, if you are to go to a place by 10, then you know their boss kind of, you don't know how, you really cannot rely on it or not get your way around easily. Then give yourself like 2 hours ahead. Then leave the house by 8. Use that same logic I mentioned with the capital and with the other way around. So before you spend the whole 2 hours trying to move around, the places are not just far away. In fact, it actually collectively, you might be 45, 50 minutes all around to almost all the places around you. You will see from the amount 35 minutes, 1 hour plus. So if you have to spend the whole 2 hours, then navigating through the system, the transport system to then find your way, it's better for you. So start planning it until you become used to your route and get used to your bus number. Then, if you, like I mentioned, and I was able to elaborate more on understanding the route in my previous video, I might try to link it somewhere up about the apps and all that. That's in my videos. You will get full explanation about that. I think I will stop here. Thank you. I will stop here about the advantages. And in my other video, I would basically mention why I choose to study in Malta myself and not other countries that are kind of a bit cheaper. While I choose Malta, I will mention this in my other videos. Please watch out for this video. I think it's coming out shortly. And I say thank you for your time. Thank you for watching and sticking around. And I hope these informations or videos will really be of help to you. And if you want more of this type, please subscribe to my channel, click on the like button and share, so maybe one or two persons would have one or two things to learn from. Once again, thank you and watch out till we meet in my next video. Bye.